Hello friends, good morning. Today I'm showing you one code for C Sharp, how to run C Sharp code into .NET FIDDLE. .NET FIDDLE is an online compiler which is used as a language. We can use multiple language for example C Sharp, VB.NET and F Sharp. Now here we see the C Sharp code and project type. There are some project types are available in C Sharp, that is console application, script application, MVC and Nancy. Next we can use different type of compiler, .NET compiler, .NET 4.7.2, Rizol 3.4 and .NET Core 3.1. Now, I'm showing the simple example to show the pattern into .NET FIDDLE. First, using system. Using system is used that, for example, we use in C Sharp the header file. In C Sharp, using the system use as a header file. Next, public class program. Public class program is defined as a publicly defining class of the program. Next, public static void main. Here we can start our main program of C# compiler, that is public static void main string arguments. Here we can pass this string argument. Next, console.write. Enter a name. Console.write code is used for the entering or some display some messages to our output. That's why we use console.write. Next, integer n is equal to convert dot to integer 32 console.readline. Integer n, integer specify n is the value is equal to convert dot to integer 32. In C# code, we must convert our digits into integer 32 bit of digit. That's why it define convert to integer 32. Console read line. When we enter some number and it converts to the 32-bit data, and then it reads the line of that, and we are entering data. Here I enter the 5 number. Enter here we enter 5 numbers, so it display the message that enter a number. I enter 5, then it convert to integer 32 bit, and then console read line, it reads the message. Console.write line. Now here the output is start for integer I is equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. Okay, here integer I is equal to define as a 1 starting from 1 n number. Next, I less than n, that means we enter here 5 digits. So I less than 5, I plus plus. Here is first for the value. Next is for j. Integer j is equal to 1, j less than equal to I. Here I less than equal to I. The value of I when j is executed, the value of I will be considered. Then j plus plus. Console dot write j dot to string. When j dot to string executed, the digits of one the loop for j is displayed into our output. Next, console write line. Console write line is used to output of the particular for loop. For integer I is equal to n, here using this for loop, we just execute one here, 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 digits till then. Here now we must reduce our parameters. Next, for integer I is equal to n, I greater than equal to 0 and I minus minus. Here I minus minus, that means we reduce our entering data. or entering digit. For j is equal to 1, j less than equal to I, j plus plus. Here I value and here the value of I is considered at I minus minus value. Then console console dot write j to string. Now here it display the decreasing number. Here we get the increasing number, and here we get the decreasing value, or we can say the decreasing number of the value. And then write line, and then again write line to display all the patterns. Now first we enter all the details into that, all code into that, and then we run. Here I enter the digit of 6, or and the output will be, here it displays this till then 6 digits. Again run, we can enter the data of 12, then it display the message till then, display the patterns till that 12. Here when we enter the number, it converts the number into about 32 bits, and it is easy to understand by this program, and we can say it is easy to understand by this language. Okay, now here is another, we can say next program we can save using uh, login id password. Run, share this to share our program to another person, collaborate with another person, and tiny up tied up with convert to VB.NET or another IL language. And then here we can use some C# code, different type of C# code in this practicals. And .NET FIDDLE is very easy to use by the students. Thank you. Now here we can see the another example of pattern. First, using system, which is header file. Next, public class pyramid. Here we can say we can enter any name which we want. This specified the class name. Next, public static void main. It defines the main function and which function is start from here. Next, integer, we specify two integers, num and space. Num is for number and space is for creating a space between our pattern. Next, while, here we use while loop. While true, then below of code will be run. Console.write, enter a number between 1 to 9. Here just we specify the number between 1 to 9. Okay, here I specify the number of 5. Next, number is equal to convert dot to integer 32. In my above, I say the it converts all the numerical numbers will be must convert by to integer 32 into .NET, or we can say into the C#. Next, console read line, which is used to read the line of the our code. Next, space. Here we specified the number, and now we specified the space. Space is equal to number minus 1. Here we say one number, then two number, number minus 1. Next, for loop. Okay. In for loop, integer I is equal to 1, I less than equal to number I plus plus. Here we must enter our value into increasing order. So I specify it I plus plus, and the number which is specified here, we Here we specified number is 5. Next, for space is equal, for loop again, space is equal to 1 space less than number minus 1 I space plus plus. It specifies the space between the number. Which space can be mentioned is, here we mention 2. First, it allocate I is equal to 1. Second, it allocate I plus plus. So 1 plus I plus 1 is equal to 2. So here the digits will be converted to 2. Next, console write. Then we can write our digits. Next, for j is equal to 1, j less than equal to I, j plus plus. Same as a function for column. Console dot write j. We just write our j code. Next, for integer k is equal to I minus 1, k greater than equal to 1, k minus minus. Now, j is defined as a j number which is increases, and k is defined by number decreases. Here we mention two numbers, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We create a pyramid. So first we must increase our numbers, and secondly we decrease our number, so the pyramid can be continued. Next, console.write k application. Console.write k, which is used for to enter our integer k. Next, console write line. Console write line. This write line is used to display the for loop between I, j, and k. Here, now we run our code. Next, here we enter digits of 1 to 9. So I enter the number 9. Then enter. It shows the digits till then 9 and show the pyramid of increasing and decreasing order. Now we see the another example. Here, using system, it is defined as a header file, public class program, public static void main, string arguments. Here we pass the string as an argument. That's why we display public static void main string argument. In previous example, we do not enter any data, that's any string. That's why we do not mention to here any static function. Next, integer I, j, row, and k is equal to 1. Here we already defined as a k is equal to 1. Console write console.write is equal to /n/n, which is used for /n is entering the space between our line. Next, console.write is display the pattern like right angle triangle with a number increasing by 1. Here we create a pattern which is angled. It is triangle, but it is not mentioned by 1 1 1 1 2 1 2 3. It is increasing by 1. That's next. This is just for a partition of our. Next, write /n/n. It is again used for next line. Now, here console.write input number of rows. Here we enter any input of rows. Row is equal to convert to integer 32. Console.readLine. Here console.readLine is used to read this our entered digits. Next, for I is equal to 1, I less than equal to rows, I plus plus. Here we say define the rows that 10. We define 10 rows. So it is less than equal to rows. So I is equal to, in first step, I is equal to 1, I less than is equal to 10, and I plus plus. Here increment operator is performed. Next, for j is equal to 1, j less than is equal to I, and j plus plus. Here the value of I will be 2, because here we I starting with 1 in our for loops. I is starting with 1 and increase with 1. So here the value of I is equal to 2. So j is equal to 1, I less than equal to 2, and j plus plus. Console write line 0. Why we mention 0 here? Because we do not enter any data with k plus plus. K plus plus is just a space between the digits, and it mention that k is equal to 1. So when we enter any digits, for example here, or for loop, it's just print 1. Second, it's print 2, because it's k plus plus. So k plus plus value entered in this. Console.write /n. /n is used to entering into new line. Here now we can run our program. Now we enter any digits into this. I just enter 5, or we can say we can enter 6. So it displays the 6 types, 1, 2, 3 up to 6 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and it is increasing by one number. Got it? Thank you.